I was again searching YouTube videos with the word Slovenia, as one does, to see what foreigners do and think about our country. I came across this video, which I will be commenting vigorously.
Man, this is the biggest island in Slovenia, apparently. Right? From our own understanding. Even though we need to rely on God's understanding, not our own, but as far as we know.
Yes, you and your guide are correct. This is the largest island in the country, mostly because it is the only natural island in an overground body of water. That is, not counting river islands, because those are not real islands. You are off to a good start here. This is this guy's family vacation video. I feel sort of bad I have to comment on it, but yeah, you know, it's fun nonetheless.
So, I'm at a lake in Slovenia.
Dude, you are at one of the most popular tourist destinations, known worldwide. Even the Chinese know it, and there are billions of Chinese, and you call it a lake? Sure, why not?
And I went out to visit my grandparents in Europe for about 2 weeks.
This is what I'm saying. It's his vacation video. It's really not fair of me to respond to it, but when I watched it, it was off to a nice start, but then you'll see, just wait.
And it's because my family, when I graduated high school, they told me I could take a trip wherever sometime, and so they paid for the airplane ticket to come out here. God bless both of them.
Perfectly harmless so far.
Anyways, my grandfather and grandmother on my dad's side is who I'm with, called Nani and Papi, and they're strong in the Lord, and they
Okay.
have a lot of wisdom, and it's been really good. This morning we got to all just pray together for like family members and for other stuff in our lives, and just all pray together. It was really cool.
At this point I was thinking, okay, nothing too harmless, just some weird American shit.
And I prayed for my grandma's knees, and her knees are still in some pain, but I'm gonna keep praying while I'm out here. And then we're hiking around this lake. It's called Lake Blade.
Thank you.
Even the mountains are gonna melt like wax.
Okay, now this is where things really start to get weird. He's even wearing a Christian hoodie. You see that little red cross on it? And it says, "This message is illegal." I don't know why it says that, but it's an interesting fact to notice. Here he's saying something about mountains melting and things like that. And food.
God bless you guys. So one of the funny things about Europe is all the plugs are different. So you gotta like plug everything into a converter. Looks like that. It's like a little bit wider. Plug it into that and then into that. So, and the
Did you ever think of American plugs being weird? Hey! Actually, you should be careful, because European plugs are, what, 220 to 230 volts, while your Americans are 110 volts. So be careful with plugging in your computer.
light switches are way different too. This is what all the light switches look like.
I find this strange because, well, light switches are different from house to house, you know, what you prefer to buy. So it's really not a continental or a country standard.
They're like really big, you can't see it from here. What's up guys, it's Isaac. God bless you all in Jesus' name. I'm here in Slovenia, and I just kind of wanted to show you guys the local architecture. So
That's nice. Back to the classic travel vlog format, right?
I'm in the capital of Slovenia, which is Ljubljana, and right over here you can see we got this Catholic church building.
The Franciscan Church, yes.
And right in front of it, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a gigantic sun right in the middle. So that's what you got in front of this building. So you got sun symbolism there, which is no good.
The Preshyren Square. which used to be used as the main bus hub when the buses used to drive through the city center.
And then there's the door. Zoom in just above the door. You got this weird guy. Right above him, you got the capstone, the Eye of Satan.
Now, I'm not religious, so I figured you ought to be the expert on these sort of things. But I think the old creepy guy is Saint Francis, and the Eye of Satan is the Holy Trinity, or otherwise known as God, the depiction of God. Yes, that's why they draw the triangle, because there are three components to God, you see? And the eye, because God sees everything. But you should really ask a religious person for the symbolism in this.
Pyramid, whatever you want to call it, is right above this place, so you can tell what's the influence of this building. And then there's some kind of, I don't know if that's supposed to be Queen Mary, but you know, it's the goddess of heaven, which is a demon. And then you got, I don't know what that is, if anyone knows. But
what you are looking at is the Church of Mary's Anointation. When Angel Gabriel, actually it's Archangel Gabriel, told Mary that she will bear the Son of God. That is also why on the church there are letters. Ave Gratia Plena. I'm sure you know what that means. Though that letter you show on the top of the church, I'm not sure what it means, but probably something to do with Mary and stuff like that.
But kind of no good. But this Masonic influence of stuff is not only in the US, but it really is everywhere. I mean, Satan is the god of this world, right?
Oh my god, I just had an epiphany. I finally realized what all those movies we get from America are all about. All those conspiracy theories and buried treasures. They are custom made for people like him. Americans.
So this stuff is kind of all over the place. But anyways, yep, it's obvious in plain sight for people to see, but the thing is that I don't think most people have any idea what it means, or they don't really care. But anyways, so right across from this building, so this is this building, right across from it, on the opposite side, over this bridge, you got this obelisk right here, so with the pyramid right on top of the obelisk.
This is why, people, you should never be too cheap to pay for a guide. I mean, people, even unlicensed guide, anyone who will tell you what stuff is. That obelisk with a pyramid on top, my dear, is the obelisk of the Fountain of Francesco Roba, a very famous fountain maker, I guess, sculptor, and the sculptures, the men on the fountain, represent the rivers, and the obelisk just because it was modern to build fountains like that. What you see is it in its winter state, or because it is protected from the elements. Actually, what you're looking at is the reconstruction. The actual fountain is in a museum, not a kilometer away.
I don't know if you can tell that. So it's got that wood over it, because I guess they're like protecting it or something. But yeah, you got this strange obelisk really directly across from this bridge with this on the top of it. So anyways, the thing is that it's funny because this is a really even more humanistic society than the US is. So like, as in they don't, like, no one believes in God really, well, not no one, but and then the Catholic Church is just a traditional kind of blah thing that a lot of people go to. And my grandfather was telling me that there's actually so few churches out here that usually they gotta like, well, I'm talking about like true followers of Jesus, that they gotta like rent another building or, you know, that type of thing.
Actually, the Catholic Church in Slovenia has a way too big of a influence on the society, and way too much people go to church. And I don't know what sect of Christianity you guys are, but the evangelical church is very near to where you are standing in this video, and it's been there for decades. I mean, yes, very long time. Um, they recently did build some American Jesus church in Shishka, but I don't know, this sort of new sect thing is really not popular here.
But it's a whole joke that Satan plays by making people to not believe that there's a God, because even in this society that's really humanistic right here, it's funny because, well, it's not funny, it's actually sad, because you see that, you know, Lucifer is the governing power over this place, and because people don't believe in God or spiritual things, you got all these you got this Masonic, this huge Masonic symbolism and some kind of Masonic magic they're trying to do here.
Actually, we are ruled by a puppet government controlled by Brussels. Yes, Masonic? I think that you're going to get a lot of Freemasons angry by comparing them to Satan worshippers and saying that they spread Satan. Yes, watch out for those Freemasons.
Kind of empower themselves, empower the eye. They got the obelisk right across from the eye in that Catholic church and all this stuff. And then on the Catholic church there's actually like 4 obelisks on the top, but Jesus is way more powerful than all this stuff, so I'm not afraid of it. I'm just pointing it out to show that wherever, a lot of places in the world, I guess civilized places, Satan really is a god of this world, but Jesus is coming back to claim his rightful throne. He's gonna conquer Satan with the armies of heaven, kill him with the breath of his mouth, and he's gonna come back and reign forever, even in this place, here, the whole world. But the other thing that's different here is that a lot less people are smiling, but I think Americans are just way more all over the place, like really happy or really sad. But anyways, everywhere that we go, people need God, so that's the main thing. But until next time, God bless you. Peace out. What's up, guys? I just want to show you one more thing real quick. This is also on the front of the Catholic church building, so check this out. Alright, so there's what's supposed to be Jesus on the cross. Of course, it's the white Jesus. I actually seen Jesus in a dream before, and he was not white. He was like brown skin, like not black, but like brown. And he had brown eyes and black hair. But anyways,
You are full of surprises. Well, not really that you don't like the Jesus on the cross, even though you're a Christian, but that you actually saw Jesus in your dream that should look like Jesus, because Bronze Age Jews were brown, black-eyed, black-haired people. Semites. Basically, you could take the picture of Assad dressed in Bronze Age clothing, and that would be a pretty accurate depiction of Jesus.
beyond the point. There's what we got right above that. So there you got the sun rays, the pyramid. Jesus rebuked that whole thing. See, the funny thing is, all of Satan's symbols and everything is all gonna burn in the end. It's got nothing compared to our God, Yahweh, the true God. So, but yeah, so got the white Jesus and this thing. And I'm starting to wonder if the Antichrist is gonna look like the white Jesus that they portray everywhere, because at least the Jesus as I've seen him did not look white at all. But it's not about sight, but it's about faith.
Again, I refer you to the very Christian depictions of the Holy Trinity and the all-seeing eye of God. Then, why do you know why they use white Jesus? White Jesus is used because they needed to bring Christianity to white people. They couldn't show them a black Jesus or a brown or a yellow Jesus, because, well, people wouldn't buy that he was an actual person that could help them. You have to understand that the depiction of Jesus is as old as, 10th century, and it has been going on since then. It's only been getting more human-like instead of child drawings-like.
Anyways, and then there's one more thing. There's one more thing over here I wanted to show you guys. There's the sun again. There's you got the demon god of Hermes right here, and his wand is the staff with the serpents, and God rebuked that. But so
Hermes is not Satan. Hermes is a Greek god. What you're looking at there on the top of the building is Mercury, the Roman god. Basically the same god, just with a Roman name. Why is there Mercury on the top of the building? Because it is the building called Centro Mercur, basically meaning Center Mercury. Because Mercury was the god of salesmen and things like that. The staff with serpents is actually something God gave to the people of Israel so they would be healed. You really should read the Bible more, man.
Once again, you got a secular, humanistic country, but obviously you got demon principalities really running this place, so they really need God. So this is also on the Catholic Church. You got that. That's weird. It's supposed to, or what?
That last one was, I believe, the inside of the Serbian Orthodox Church.
So another thing is that here the buildings all have this on them, or a lot of the stores here have that, which is their symbol for security, I guess, but it's no good also.
This was one of the comments on his video.
This is actually kind of true. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is to love the Lord your God and to love your neighbor as yourself. And a lot of times though, you will not be loved in return. You'll be hated by all, but you gotta pray for your enemies.
Did you just edit the text of a graffiti to better suit you? Oh, the graffiti artist wouldn't be proud of that. Neither would be the graffiti god.
So you got the Masonic two pillars right there with the upside down cross that they're on, and then you turn around right behind, and what's right in the middle of those two is the 13th pillar, or the Antichrist, and you got that right with the upside down cross lines up with the 13th pillar.
1, 2, 13, 14, 15. Did you notice anything wrong in my counting? It's 1, 2, 3, 4 usually, no? Not 1, 2, 13. Anyway, I don't know what the 13th pillar is, and I'm not the expert on the Antichrist, but what I know is that these are imitations of classic Greek Ionic pillars used in Greek temples and very popular throughout modern history, actually throughout history. They made replicas of these on buildings because they're nice.
I don't know if you guys can see, but this logo's got the 666 in it. Here we got Ljubljana Gay Pride 2012. See, it's got the rainbow, and then it's got pride, the heart, but it's got a dragon, which really is showing spiritually that, you know, homosexuality or sodomy is influenced by the dragon. So it's kind of ironic. And
no, I do not think that homosexuals identify their sodomy as influenced by the dragon. What I think is that they signed the city, as in Ljubljana, which is known for its dragons, and which used to have a patron saint called Saint George, who killed a dragon, and so on and so on.
then right next to it you got the goat man. These things aren't really a coincidence that they all end up next to each other and combined. There's demonic spirits that we can't see that help inspire a lot of the ideas.
Your fascination with graffiti is, well, fascinating. Usually people just shrug it off as stupid people drawing shit on buildings and ruining the image of a city.
need a lot. What I have is plenty, and what I have it all.
The Dragon of Ljubljana. Again.
See coming. Yo, I can see.
Among those satanic symbols that were shown to us, we saw a lot of triangles, a lot of eyes, a lot of dragons, even though we realized dragons are a part of the city we are in. We also saw the wretched eagle of Carniola, which we know is the helper of Satan. What we also saw was the symbol of Société Générale Group, a French bank which gets money from Satan. Sorry, couldn't help myself. Had to do it. Seriously bothered by the British coat of arms.
Why worship idols when you can worship Jesus Christ? And also too, there's only one intercessor between God and man, that's the man Jesus Christ.
It's a Catholic thing. They like to do that.
No, not supposed to use the toilet in the...
This is a real vineyard. It makes me think of the parable of the people who were sent to keep the vineyard, and then they kept killing the master's servants, and then they killed his son.
What a nice Bronze Age religion you have, this monotheistic thing that you took from Jews.
This is it's called the Adriatic Sea. It's like Puget Sound. It goes off of the bigger body of water. So the bigger body here is the Mediterranean. And
Okay.
yeah.
Listen to your grandma. She seems smart. I hope we all learned something new about Satan today. Also something about hiring guides, or at least buying one of those written guidebooks. Anyway, Satan bless. Slovenia.